I just love what God's doing in this church. I just need for you guys to know that Sarah and I are privileged to be part of it. We were talking last week in our community group and I was sharing in response to a question that I just think that our body is poised on the edge of something really, really great. I just think that God's just beginning to do what He's going to do magnificently with us, and that's exciting. And the very fact that we can do what we're about to do here this morning, I'm not sure we could have done this 2 years ago. I'm not sure we could have done a series like this 2 years ago. And so this is cool. So if you would, turn with me to 2 Corinthians 13. I'd like to start with these verses here today. Beginning in verse 5. When Paul writes to the church at Corinth, he says, "Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except you be as reprobates. Now I pray to God that you do no evil. Not that we should appear approved, but that you should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. For we are glad when we are weak, and you are strong. In this also we wish, even your perfection. Therefore I write these things, being absent, lest being present I should use sharpness according to the power which the Lord has given me to edification and not to destruction. Finally, brethren, farewell. Be perfect. Be of good comfort. Be of one mind. Live in peace. And the God of love and peace shall be with you." And I wanted to start this message this morning with this passage from this book. We've heard many times Joe speak about how we are to be an excellent church, and what we are to do is to be about excellence. Paul, in his writing here, kicks it up a notch, if I can use Emerald's phrase. He says, finally, brethren, we're to be perfect. We are called to perfection. Christ said the same thing. He says to us, be perfect as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. He also writes in other places that in Colossians and Ephesians and other places in his writings, he writes about this being perfected. What's amazing, if we go back to the book of Genesis, we find God speaking to Abraham in chapter 17, in verse 1. God tells Abraham, "Walk before me and be thou perfect." Now, that's a high bar. Perfection. Many of you have, so we're going to get into now really what many of you have heard about. Some of you have been through Discovery class. You know what we're going to talk about today. Some of you who work with me, and there's a couple here who do, and I'm privileged to work with them. We do this at our workplace, all for the same purpose except in the workplace, so that we can all be kindly affectioned one to another, so we all know how to play nice together. So we do this thing called DISC. Now let me give you a little background here. First of all, this is about a 75-year-old personality thing has been in existence. It was developed by a professor from Columbia University. So the D's want to get stuff done. The I's are the big picture people. Okay, the S's are the get along folks. And the C's, they just want to get it right. Now, if you just stop right here for a second and you think about all the activities of the church that we're involved in, all the things that are done, and you think about who's leading what and doing what, I'll guarantee you, without knowing anything, people who are organizing all the various activities are right in here. My guess is the folks who do dinners on Wednesday nights, they all fit mostly in that quadrant, or at least in the bottom half. They want to serve people. They're detail-oriented. They're organized. They're the ones who do all that. That's the other neat thing here is we all have gifts. Again, as I said, we have gifts of service, faith, help, prophecy, giving, hospitality. These styles all play into all of those gifts. And your style doesn't dictate your gift, but your style does tell you how you will act with that gift. Okay? I have one for the praise and worship team because they asked me to. We did an off-site retreat here a couple months ago, and we outlined this for the praise and worship team, and it was very revealing. I am out of time. Very revealing. All the singers were here. There's Jeff. Steve was up here. Mike was down here. And so I said, let me tell you how your practices are going. Kelly knows what I'm going to say. Kelly's doing. Said, all the singers are over here arguing about when to come in exactly on beat. They're trying to figure that out. And Jeff's over there on bass going, I wish you guys would hurry and get done. I'm ready to get on with this. And Mike's back here, Steve's back here just having a good old time and his guitar playing while they're just figuring all that. I was right. That's how they go. So, but see, the purpose of that, if I can just go there just for a second, the purpose of that was, how can we become better as a praise and worship team? If we know ourselves better in each other, we can be better serving the body, okay? That was what was behind it. Y'all good? Sir? I have to see the C's over here. I got to see what they're doing. I haven't seen this yet. I think I know. Wow. You guys want to show us? Y'all ready to show us? This is what we look like, folks, as a body. When we don't understand anything that we've just talked about, when we don't know ourselves, we kind of look like this picture right here. But once we start to press in and strive for the excellence which Paul's admonished us to and which Christ has commanded us to, we start to look and become more and more like this. Give him a hand.